Hello everyone, I'm Andy Morris with Jerry Becker. Today we're going to dive in some of the recent enhancements that Sage Intacct rolled out for their financial management platform. So let's jump into our series called Smart Moves, What's New in Sage Intacct.
And in this session we're going to look at one of the features that was included in Sage Intacct Release 3 for 2025. Just to remind everyone, the icon up above next to the favorite, the one that looks like a house, that's a direct way of going and getting yourself familiar with everything that happened last week when Sage released the third release for 2025 of Sage Intacct. Within these release notes, you'll see things that are highlighted. There's also some short videos on some of the things that came out. What we're going to look at today is the enhanced list. In other words, when you sign in and you look at any of your lists, and let's start with accounts receivable customer list. What you'll notice now is that for several releases, Intacct has made it an option to look at a list using the enhanced method. Now it's the default. If I have this icon here that then simulates the list, you can see there's a lot of similarities between the enhanced list and the previous list functionality. Number one, displaying the hierarchy. So if you click that, of course, if you have some customers that roll up to a customer, all that's still there, of course. You still have the ability to go through and create your own user views. But notice now you have system views, user views. So you can have unique ways of looking at the columns and the sort capabilities. That doesn't affect everyone else who may just be using the system views. Over on the side here, you'll also note there are filters. So if I click on the filters here, in this particular example, we're looking at only the active status customers, and we're not looking for any one-time use. So as we apply that filter, we're now able to keep a list here that's more focused on what we're looking for. Also notice on the side here is a total due. That was there before, and in fact, total due, you have the ability, of course, clicking on the label if you want to sort. So many times folks want to use this list as just a really quick snapshot on what customers owe the most. I can see Rolling Foods has quite a receivables balance at the moment. That can also become a default by coming up to the settings option here and using this sort. And what it does is that it looks at the last time that you sorted something and says, would you like to apply that? And now this becomes a default method. So you'll see the sorting is no longer done by a customer ID, but now I'm looking at it based upon total due. So there's a couple of items there. First of all, we saw that we could sort. The other one was the configuring the columns. This has become much simpler now. If I no longer want to see a column, it's just a matter of unchecking the box. If you want to just see the ones you've selected, of course, they're here. And then notice here the order. So really like to see that number of total due pop up early on in the screen. So you'll notice how easy it was just to take a column and move it within that. Now look above here, you'll see that you still have these commands. Import, want to import the customer master or some updates to it. You still have the export, right? And then create. I'll point this out is as soon as you go for this secondary view, which places all the customer IDs over on the left here, and now you can just go through and tab through one by one, without having to go back out to the list. But notice something, I still have create, but if I wanted to import or if I wanted to export, then it just requires me to change the view back to this one, and then those buttons all come back. Also, lastly, you'll see over here the three dots, and I think I'd mentioned it earlier, but again, if anyone ever wants to just kind of go back, I would assume the turn off enhanced list is only going to be there temporarily. So I encourage everyone to embrace the new list functionality, and of course send feedback if you see some improvements that you'd like to see. All right, well, thanks for your time today. I know you'll enjoy this enhanced list. You'll also note, just as a way to close this, that there may be some lists. I've gone to General Ledger, and I'll look at, say, General Ledger accounts. There might be some lists that are still in progress. You'll see that it works just fine here for GL accounts. So I've got that capability of using the enhanced list. But maybe a list is not used quite as often, like account groups. You'll notice it still has the enhanced list as not being a default. There's nothing wrong there. It's just Sage has picked the ones that are most used first to make the enhanced list the default, and then they're going to complete these smaller ones later. All right, well, thanks everyone. Again, Andy Morris with Cherry Beckert, and enjoy Release 3 of 2025 Sage Intacct.